changing my plans because today I wanted to come in the streets of Hiroshima and shoot finally a video talking about how I expose my shots, especially on the Sony system, but it's rainy and it's just way too hard to find a spot to talk to the camera that is pretty quiet and not being like super rained over. So yeah, I will turn this one into a street photography session, rainy, kind of cloudy environment with the 35mm size paired to my SONY A7CII II. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. That's Japan at its peak. Sakura and a lot of cones that are here for nothing. So it was quite a rough start, to be honest. We recently moved to a new place and the whole thing put me away from camera for a good 2-3 weeks. This plus the unexpected rain and change of plan made my rusty creative engine start very slowly. But the momentum will luckily pick up as the day goes on. And that next situation here was exactly what I needed to put me on the right track. Despite the absence of light, this dark metallic structure from the building in front of me created a nice contrast with the bright paved floor. I opted for a vertical composition with the APS-C crop mode on, and I just had to wait for someone to walk into my frame, and here's the result. I really like the line coming from the top left corner going right and down, creating this sort of frame into the frame on the left side of the photo. We also have the plants in the foreground on the left that add a bit of organic texture in this very angular man-made structure. And finally, I got lucky that my subject was using a white umbrella. It helps create more contrast and separating her from the dark background. Having not really prepared for such wet conditions, I decided to find refuge inside until the rain got weaker. I snapped a few photos along the way, and being an aficionado of the rule of 3, I quite like this photo of the 3 grannies looking over the fence, checking the progress of the huge renovation work still ongoing at Hiroshima Station. Once the weather seemed a bit more gentle, I went outside again and decided to resume my session at the area called Ekinishi. It's a little district west of Hiroshima Station that is full of izakayas and various restaurants and drinking places. But obviously at 11 AM on a weekday it's pretty quiet, with very few people walking around there. It was still a good location to transition back into taking photos with a lot of colorful and gritty elements. But then I decided to slowly make my way towards the city center and I found this scene. I like the texture, or more so the pattern coming from the building covering the upper half of the frame, but what really caught my attention there is that straight line between the shadows and the light. I tried my best to have that line at the center of the frame, which I think I did a decent job at. To be a bit picky, I am not a fan of the timing. I wish the subject was ever so slightly more to the left, but then the timing of her gait would not have been ideal. But yeah, I'm happy with this one. I took another shot from the building right next to the one in the previous photo. It's also a pretty clean shot with a bit of layering and matching pops of color from front to background. But then I turned and noticed that little shrine and its 2 red torii gates, just put there next to the river. The sun was finally peeking through a bit, giving me the opportunity to get a bit more contrast and warmth into my shots. It was coming and going, but I think the timing on this one was decent. Someone in the frame and a decent amount of sunlight. This photo is quite messy, but in a way, I like it. The cherry blossoms are kind of gone, the tree is covering the torii gates, and you just see a bit of the shrine, but all together with the subject, I found that there's a nice flow to this photo. You can look at it from left to right and stop to look at all the elements of this visual puzzle. I like that it's very clean, the bright, vivid new greens, pretty nice. After that, I kept on walking towards the center, snapping a few shots along the way. Even if they are not keepers, I try to stay involved and avoid not taking photo for several minutes in a row. Because I know that if I do so, I lose momentum and I just end up like not looking around anymore, and I just stay in my own head thinking about all sorts of random stuff. But then I walked up the stairs to go closer to that shrine and have a look over the street with the red torii gates as a potential foreground, and I think it was a good call. I just had to figure out my composition, using as much as possible the torii gates to cover parts of the street that would bring too much visual mess. That's the shots I got from there, and I'm quite happy with them. The gates are bringing that vibrant red pop of color in the frame. The light was there to create a nice contrast and get subjects that are well separated from the concrete floor, and also little frames in the frame were forming between the intersections of the torii gates and the fence right behind them. I think I prefer that horizontal frame with the head cut off. I think it's just a bit more mysterious. I kept on moving closer to the city center. I crossed a bridge and made a little detour to go closer to the river. It was 12:30, so a perfect time to have lunch for most people. I had a snack a bit before that, so I kept on shooting and stumbled upon this scene. A guy taking a break by the river, dressed in a suit, which always helps to have clean shots. But I wanted to use this scene to highlight the importance of the height at which you take a photo. This first one that I took at eye level, I literally snapped this one using the viewfinder, and as you can see, the top of his head is mixing with the river's side wall. The lower part of the wall is also darker, so it's really blending with the guy's head, and the result is just way less subject separation. And on that next one, I lifted up my camera almost as high as my arm could reach, and here's the result. This is much better. Now what's behind the subject's head is the river. You have dark against bright, which equals contrast, which often also means a better photo. After that, I finally reached the little back streets of the city center. I couldn't really find something standing out, or I think my creative juice was just a bit low at that moment. I took a few photos trying to include some of the colorful, retro-looking shop awnings. I think this upcoming shot is the most interesting I got from that area. The bright red awning from that historical gyoza restaurant was the anchor. The rest of the scene didn't have a clear space for a subject to be walking at and be well separated from the background, so that guy with his white umbrella catching the gazing sunlight was the best alternative. Again, his head is fully hidden behind the umbrella, which makes this shot more graphic and less about trying to identify its subject. I walked a bit more and saw that open garage thing. The sunlight was pouring in the street from the left side, creating a clear separation between the pavement and the start of that garage. I thought I could have someone walking in the frame on the pavement to be properly hit by sunlight contrasting against the garage. I got this shot that I think is very well timed, perfect gate, and the guy with his suit complement the scene nicely, but I don't know, I think it's lacking a bit of something. Then I had two people walking the frame, which initially I thought wouldn't work, but I think it is making the shot better. A truck also passed by at the same time, but I wish there was more of it in the frame. I like what happens with the guy and the girl on the right side, but the truck is just a bit too far on the left, almost only as a distraction rather than a proper element of the photo. The light was coming and going, but I managed to take a few photos playing with some harsh contrast before reaching the Fukuromachi Park. There was already a nice bit of cherry blossoms and some kids playing, enjoying their last bit of spring vacation before the start of the new school year. I took a few photos trying to combine some people and some sakura, but then I found this perspective on the whole scene, placing a nice layer of the bright cherry blossom on the top half of the frame and that very bright sand surface from the floor on the bottom half, taking to sandwich a nice sleeve of very dark shadows. Then of course we have the kid kicking the ball, and I should have been a bit more careful with my timing or using maybe a faster burst mode to catch him right at the time of the impact. But still, I think we can sense a nice amount of motion with his hair lifted up and some sakura petals flying in the middle of the frame. In another street a bit further, I saw these construction work sound panels that I could combine with those red things from the amusement center on the right side. It was very simple, I just wanted the subject to walk by, ideally with dark clothes to contrast well against the grey sound panels. I got that shot from a woman riding her bicycle and moved on, thinking that it was nothing really special in the end. It's only when I looked back at the picture later on that I realized that the shade from the electric pole casting on the scene on the right side has kind of the same shape as a bicycle. It's almost like mirroring the subject, and I found that worthy enough to keep and show in this video. And next comes probably my favorite shot of this whole session. Many times I've walked past this shop to which you can sell all sorts of things. The color of it and those visuals of gold, watches and bags are just disgusting in my opinion. That said, I always thought that it could be an interesting element to include in photo, but I never managed to get it right. But today, finally that changes. I first noticed this guy, probably a doctor judging from his clothes. I thought that his full white outfit could be that clean thing to contrast against the visual mess from the shop behind him. But that didn't really do it. Then I changed my position, I went closer to the separation between the light and the shadow, and I tried taking photos as someone was walking past. The subject would be in the dark, so it would create a nice silhouette, and I felt I was getting closer to something I would be happy about. And then a car came in and had to stop for a few seconds, just enough time to figure out a shot with the reflection of the shop on the car and a silhouette walking into the frame. That's the final shot, and it's one that I'm pretty proud of. At this point, I felt like if I had to go home with no more decent shots after that, I would still be very happy. But I had some time and battery left in my camera, so I kept on shooting photos. And I want to talk about that a bit more in detail, more later down the line, but I just moved to a new place, a bit outside of the city center, so if I'm coming to shoot street, it's a bit more of a commitment, which could sound as added resistance, preventing me from shooting more often, but what I think it will do is that when I'm out in the streets shooting and not really getting good photos, I will be a lot more likely to stay for longer and keep trying. I cannot just go home walking 10 minutes, I have to decide to cut short my session, go on the bus and pay for the ride. I think that I will be less likely to just give up mid-session going forward, but we'll see, future will tell. But yeah, I still walked a bit more and I went to the Peace Memorial Park where many people were doing hanami, enjoying a picnic under the cherry blossoms. I walked past these two girls and I had to take a shot. I don't like to sound too much woo-woo, but here's what I wanted to express through this photo. The distance, the barrier between two individuals who are physically together but very far away at the same time. They are both on their phones, so figuratively they are separated, but also literally separated in the composition by the cherry tree that I placed right in the middle. And finally, I got one last shot that I really like, probably my second favorite of the day. I was walking this little tree-lined way in the Peace Memorial Park a few times when I saw those two guys riding their bicycle, and I quickly lifted up my camera, snapped a burst of photos and hoped for the best. I was happy to see that the autofocus picked them up nicely, and I really like this shot. It's full of life and energy, and I like when cherry blossoms are here more as a context element rather than the center of the attention. Here, because the cherry blossoms are in the background, we know it's spring in Japan. The guys are not in uniform, so we guess that they are just enjoying their time off before going back to classes, and I think their face really shows that. And here we are. It's soon time for me to go back on the bus and go spend the evening with my family. There is probably a bit more footage and photos that are showing now, but thanks a lot for watching this far. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye.